AITA for canceling an $18,000 family trip after my sister demanded free babysitting? My name is Hannah and I am 29. My sister, Brittany, wanted a millionaire's Christmas on a $0 budget. I put down the credit card. I organized her dream trip. All of my hard-earned money just to see my niece and nephew happy. And what was her thank you? Telling me my money was welcome, but my presence was only good for changing diapers. Well, let us see how she enjoys her luxury vacation. When she finds out I just canceled every last penny, there is nothing more satisfying than watching an entitled person face the consequences. To understand how we got here, you have to know that growing up with Brittany was complicated. Our parents always preferred her. Always. When I won first place in a statewide design competition in my sophomore year of high school, I came home excited to tell them. My mom barely looked up from her magazine. "That is nice, dear," she said. Then she turned to Brittany. "We need to talk about cheerleader tryouts. I know you did not make the team, but there is always next year. We are going to get you a private coach." Brittany had not made the cheerleading squad. That was the big crisis. My award sat on the kitchen counter for 2 days before I took it to my room. No one ever asked to see it. It was always like that. Brittany got the attention, the praise, the focus. I was just there. When Brittany got a B in math, it was a celebration. When I got straight A's, it was expected. When Brittany wanted to go to a summer camp, our parents took on extra shifts to pay for it. When I asked about a summer program for design students, they said we could not afford it. I learned very early on that I was on my own, so I went to college on scholarships, worked part-time jobs, and moved to Denver. After graduating, I built my own life. I set boundaries with my family. I loved my niece and nephew, but my relationship with Brittany had been distant for years. Until 2 months before Christmas, Brittany called me. It was a Saturday afternoon, and I was at a coffee shop working on a freelance project. "Hi, Hannah, how are you?" She sounded excited about something. Brittany only ever called when she wanted something. "I am fine. What is up?" "I have been thinking about Christmas. I want to do something special this year. Something the kids will remember forever. I want to take everyone to a luxury beach resort in San Diego. We will rent a private villa with a hot tub. The kids can take classes at the kids club and do water activities. We will have a special visit from Santa Claus. It would be perfect." Sounds nice. The problem is, Ryan's bonus was smaller than we expected. We do not have enough money for the whole trip. I was hoping you could help. There it was. How much help are we talking about? If you could cover the resort reservation, the flights, and the activities, that would be amazing. We will take care of food and other expenses. I thought about it. Christmas at a beach resort with my niece and nephew sounded fun. I had not spent much time with Lily and Logan lately. Work had been very demanding. "I will pay for everything," I said. "The whole trip. Consider it my Christmas gift to the family." Brittany shrieked. "Really? Oh my God, Hannah. Thank you. This is going to be incredible." Over the next few weeks, I organized everything according to her specifications. She sent me a list of requirements. The villa had to have at least 4 bedrooms. The hot tub had to be private. She wanted first-class plane tickets. She wanted a specific club for the kids' activities. She wanted a reservation at the best restaurant in the resort. I booked everything. First-class flights for 6 people. The most beautiful villa at the resort, $5,000 for 3 nights. Activities and classes at the kids' club for Lily and Logan. A private visit from Santa, dinner reservations, an SUV rental for getting around, equipment rental for water activities, a snorkeling tour along the coast, everything Brittany had dreamed of. The total came to almost $15,000. It was a lot of money, but I had been saving and wanted to do something nice for my niece and nephew. They deserved a special Christmas. A few days before Christmas, I was at work finishing up projects before the holidays when Brittany called again. "I have amazing news. My best friend Ashley and her family are going to join us. Her kids are so excited. This is going to be even better than I thought." I stopped typing. "Wait. What?" "Ashley's family, her husband and their 3 kids, are coming to San Diego with us. Is not that great? I did not book for that many people." "Oh, I know. They will figure out where they are staying, but the kids can all spend time together. There will be 5 children in total now. And Ryan is so happy because you will be able to watch all of them. Ashley and I will finally be able to relax and enjoy ourselves. I felt my jaw tighten. I am sorry, what? You are going to watch the kids. You know, keep an eye on them while we go to the beach or the resort spa. It will be fun for you. You do not have your own kids, so this will be good practice. Brittany, I am not going as a babysitter. Do not be dramatic. You are their aunt. It is not babysitting, it is family time. I am not watching 5 children so you and your friend can go to the spa. If you need help with the kids, I will pay for a professional babysitter at the resort. I do not trust outside sitters. You should do it because you are family. Ashley and I just want to relax. Is that too much to ask? Yes, it is. I am not okay with this. I hung up. My hands were shaking. I stared at my computer screen without seeing it. Brittany expected me to pay $15,000 and then work as a free babysitter for 5 children. She did not even ask. She just assumed. Half an hour later, my phone buzzed. A message from Brittany. If you do not want to help with the kids, then do not come. We will have an amazing time without you. I read it 3 times. Not go on the trip I had paid for, the trip I had spent weeks organizing, the trip that had cost me $15,000. I typed a reply. I am not a nanny. I am willing to pay for professional childcare for the kids if you need it. Her response was immediate. You are so selfish and cold. We are family. You should help because that is what family does. You would be better with the kids than a stranger anyway. But fine, stay home. We do not need you. I put my phone down and stared at the wall. Brittany had told me not to come on the vacation I had paid for. The vacation where she expected me to be an unpaid nanny for 5 children. I thought about our childhood, about how I had always been invisible while Brittany got everything. About how I had learned to rely on myself because my family never supported me. About how I had left home and built a life on my own terms. I had agreed to this trip for Lily and Logan because I loved my niece and nephew. But Brittany had turned it into something else. She had used me again. I made a decision. The next morning, I woke up early and opened my laptop. I pulled up all the confirmation emails. The resort reservation, the flight reservations, the SUV rental, the activity equipment, the restaurant reservation, the snorkeling tour. Everything was in my name, everything paid for with my credit card. I started canceling. First, the resort. I called the reservation line and explained that I needed to cancel. They charged me an $800 cancellation fee. I paid it. Then the flights. The first-class tickets were not fully refundable, but I got back about 60%. I lost around $2,000. The SUV rental, the equipment reservations, the restaurant reservation, the snorkeling tour, the visit from Santa, all of it was canceled. By noon, everything was gone. I had lost about $3,000 in cancellation penalties, but I had recovered most of my money. More importantly, I had recovered my self-respect. I did not say anything to Brittany. I did not send a text or call. I just let her find out on her own. 2 days before Christmas, my phone started ringing at 11 at night. Brittany. I did not answer. She called 3 more times. I put my phone on silent and went to sleep. The next morning, Christmas Eve, my phone woke me up at 5 in the morning. Dozens of missed calls, dozens of messages. I made coffee and read through them. Hey, the airline is asking for confirmation. Can you send me the confirmation number? Hannah. I need the reservation info. We are leaving in a few hours. Why are you not answering? Then 2 hours later, a message from the airport. We are at the counter and they say there is no reservation. What is going on? I could trace her realization through the messages. First confusion, then dawning comprehension, then rage. You canceled everything. You actually canceled everything. How could you do this? You are punishing innocent children. You are destroying this family over a stupid argument. The kids are crying. I hope you are happy. I put the phone down and went about my day. I did some work, went to the gym, came home and cooked. Around 2 in the afternoon, I finally replied. I sent a single text. You told me not to come, so I assumed my money was not invited either. Brittany's reply was immediate. You are a horrible person. You are cruel and vengeful. Then an hour later, her tone changed. Okay, I am sorry. I overreacted. Can you please just rebook everything? I will apologize properly later. Just please fix this. Another message. I will pay you back, I promise. Just give me your card details and I will book it all myself. I did not respond. Then my parents started calling. I watched my phone light up with their names. I did not answer. I knew why they were calling. Brittany had gone to them, told them what happened, and now they were calling to yell at me. I laughed a little. My parents never called just to check in on me. They never asked how I was, how work was going, if I was happy. But the moment Brittany had a problem, they suddenly remembered I existed. Half an hour later, the text started. My mom. Call us immediately. What you did to your sister is unacceptable. My dad. You need to fix this situation right now. Rebook everything for Brittany. My mom. You are being selfish. You are a terrible daughter. You are destroying this family. My dad. I raised you better than this. You should be ashamed of yourself. I read them all and smiled. I did not reply to any of them. Over the next few days, I found out from cousins and aunts what had happened to Brittany's family. Ryan decided to drive to San Diego anyway. He thought they could just show up at the resort and book rooms with a credit card, but it was Christmas. Everything was completely full. And the road trip from Kansas City to San Diego was over 20 straight hours on the highway. The kids hated it. They cried and fought in the back seat. Brittany and Ryan argued the whole way. They ended up in a roadside motel somewhere in the Southwest with thin walls and a flickering television. Brittany and Ryan kept fighting. She blamed him for the failed trip. He blamed her for taking me for granted. On Christmas morning, Brittany had enough. She took the kids and called a taxi to take them to the nearest town with an airport. The taxi cost over $400. They flew back on standby tickets, sitting in different rows because nothing else was available. They spent Christmas not at a luxury resort, but scattered across an airplane, and then back in their house with no special dinner, no presents under the tree, nothing. Meanwhile, I drove up to the mountains near Breckenridge with 3 of my friends. We had rented a modern cabin with floor-to-ceiling windows, a huge fireplace, and a private hot tub on the deck. We had booked it months before for a girls' trip. We cooked a turkey together, drank wine from Napa Valley, and listened to jazz on the stereo. At night, we sat in the hot tub with glasses of sparkling wine, looking at the stars. The air was cold, but the water was hot, and everything was perfect. No crying children, no unreasonable demands, no family drama. Just peace and friendship. I deliberately kept my phone off the entire time. I knew what was waiting for me. More texts from Brittany, more rage from my parents. I did not want to deal with it on my vacation. On December 25th after lunch, I finally turned my phone on. It took 5 minutes for all the messages to download. My mom. You are no longer our daughter. Do not contact us again. My dad. What you did is unforgivable. You are dead to us. Brittany. You ruined my life. I will never forgive you. I read them all and shrugged. I did not understand how canceling a vacation that I had paid for had somehow ruined Brittany's life, but that was her problem, not mine. I spent the rest of the holiday week at the cabin with my friends. We went hiking in the forest, played board games, and watched movies by the fire. It was exactly what I needed. No stress, no drama, just good people who actually valued my company. When I got back to Denver after New Year's, I thought about my family's messages. My parents saying I was no longer their daughter. Brittany saying I had ruined her life. All because I had refused to be used. I did not feel guilty. I felt free. I had spent my whole life trying to earn my family's approval, trying to be good enough, successful enough, generous enough. It was never enough. They still preferred Brittany. They still took me for granted. Now they had cut me off themselves, and honestly it was a relief. I did not have to pretend anymore. I did not have to play the role of the backup daughter, the one who paid for things but did not get the attention. I went back to work, focused on my projects. I spent time with my friends. Life went on. I did not hear from Brittany or my parents. The silence was pleasant. 3 weeks after Christmas, my phone rang. It was a number from Kansas City that I recognized. Ryan. I almost did not answer, but Ryan had always been decent to me. He was not the problem in this whole mess. Hi Hannah. It is Ryan. Do you have a minute? I need to apologize. For Brittany's behavior, for my own, for everything. I said nothing, waiting for him to continue. We used you. I see that now. Brittany got this fantasy Christmas in her head, and when you agreed to pay, she just kept asking for more. I should have stopped her. I should have said something, but I did not. And I am sorry. It is okay. The thing is, I have been looking at our finances. Really looking. Brittany has been spending way more than we earn. Maxed out credit cards, expenses I did not even know about. We are in debt. Ryan, you do not have to tell me this. I know, but I want you to understand. I had a serious talk with Brittany about her behavior and about living within our means. I canceled all her credit cards. I am managing the family finances now. No more spending money we do not have. That sounds like a good plan. And Brittany got a job at a Starbucks. She is working as a barista 4 days a week in the mornings after she drops the kids at school. I tried not to smile. Brittany working at a Starbucks. Brittany, who had spent the last 8 years as a full-time mom, who posted perfectly curated photos on Instagram, who acted like she was above a normal job. And how is she doing? I asked. She hates it. She complains every day. But we need the money, and she needs to understand that money does not just appear. You cannot just expect other people to fund your lifestyle. No, you cannot. I am really sorry, Hannah, for everything. The kids miss you. They keep asking when Aunt Hannah is coming to visit. Tell them I miss them too. Your parents are still angry. So is Brittany. But I think they are wrong. You had every right to cancel that trip. Brittany treated you terribly. Thanks for saying that. I will send you pictures of the kids. Videos too if you want. I know you care about them. I would love that. We hung up. I sat there thinking about the conversation. Brittany working at Starbucks. Brittany having to live on a budget. Brittany losing her credit cards. To Brittany, that probably did feel like her life was ruined. She had grown accustomed to spending freely, to doing what she wanted, to relying on other people's money, specifically my money. Now she had to work, had to earn her own income, had to face reality. It was the best possible outcome. Over the next few months, Ryan texted me regularly. He sent photos of Lily and Logan at school events, videos of them playing in the yard, updates on their lives. He never asked for money, never hinted that they needed help. He just kept me connected to my niece and nephew. I appreciated it. I loved those kids. I wanted to be a part of their lives. I just did not want to be Brittany's ATM. Brittany and I had no communication. Neither did my parents. The silence continued and I was fine with it. My life was calmer without their demands and criticisms. At work, I was promoted to senior marketing manager. My boss said I had done an excellent job, that my campaigns were generating real results. I got a significant raise and a larger team to lead. I bought myself a new car, something I had been putting off. I booked a trip to Japan for the spring. I treated myself to things I had denied myself because I was sending money to my family. One night, I was having dinner with my friend Danielle. She had been at the cabin at Christmas and knew the whole story. Have you heard from your family? She asked. Just from Ryan. He sends me pictures of the kids. And your sister? Nothing. She is working at Starbucks now. Ryan says she hates it. Danielle laughed. Good. She deserves it. I just feel bad for the kids. They did not do anything wrong. But you are still in touch with them through Ryan, right? Yeah. He has been great about keeping me in the loop. Then the kids are fine. They have their dad, they have you from a distance. They do not need Brittany's drama. She was right. Lily and Logan were going to be okay. They had a father who was finally stepping up. They had an aunt who loved them even from afar. Spring came. I took my trip to Japan as planned. 2 weeks in Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka. I walked through temples, ate incredible food, and stayed in a traditional ryokan with hot spring baths. I sent postcards to a few friends but did not post much on social media. I was just living my life, not performing it. When I got back, there was a package waiting for me at my apartment. Inside were drawings from Lily and Logan. Lily had drawn a picture of our family, including me. Logan had made a card that said, "I miss you, Aunt Hannah," with some of the letters backward. Ryan had included a note saying the kids had made them on their own, wanting to send something to their aunt. I put the drawings on my refrigerator. I sent Ryan a picture and thanked him. He replied that the kids would be thrilled to know I had put them up. This was how our relationship worked now. Ryan would send updates, photos, videos. Sometimes he would call and put the kids on the phone. I would talk to Lily about school, ask Logan about his toys. We would chat for a few minutes and then they would run off to play and Ryan would get back on. "Brittany still does not know I am in touch with you," he said once. "Does that bother you?" "Not really. She made her choice. You are the kids' aunt. You love them. Why should they lose that relationship because Brittany is selfish?" "How is she?" "Still working at Starbucks. Still complaining. But she is getting used to it. We are slowly paying off the debt. In a year or so, we will be in a much better place." "That is good. Your parents ask about you sometimes. What do they say?" "Your mom asks Brittany if you have been in touch. Brittany always says no. Your dad does not say much. I think they are ashamed but too proud to admit they were wrong. They will not be hearing from me first." "I imagine not. Cannot say I blame you." Work continued to go well. My team launched a campaign that went viral, bringing in thousands of new customers. My boss took me to lunch and hinted at another promotion in the future. I was making more money than ever, and I was spending it on myself for the first time. I went to concerts, bought art for my apartment, invested in retirement accounts. I donated to charities I cared about. The money that used to go to funding Brittany's lifestyle was now going to things that actually mattered to me. My friends noticed the change in me. I was lighter, happier, less stressed. I was not constantly checking my phone, waiting for demands from my family. I was not carrying the weight of their expectations and disappointments anymore. "You seem different," Danielle said at brunch one Sunday. "More relaxed. I feel different. It is like I was carrying a heavy suitcase my whole life and I finally put it down." "No regrets about Christmas?" "None. Best decision I ever made." Summer came. Ryan sent me a video of Lily's soccer game. She scored a goal, and the camera panned to show Ryan cheering in the stands. Brittany was there too, wearing her Starbucks apron. She must have come straight from work. I watched the video 3 times. Lily looked happy. Logan was playing in the grass nearby, chasing butterflies. They were okay. They had what they needed. That was all I had ever wanted, for the kids to be okay. Brittany and my parents could stay angry forever if they wanted. It did not change the fact that I loved my niece and nephew, and they loved me. One night in July, I was at a work event, a networking cocktail party for marketing professionals. I was talking to a woman from another company when she asked about my family. "Do you have siblings?" "A sister. We do not really talk." "That is a shame. What happened?" I could have given her the long version, but I had learned that not everyone needed the whole story. She expected me to fund her lifestyle. I stopped. She did not like it. The woman nodded knowingly. I had a brother like that, always asking to borrow money, never paid it back. I eventually had to cut him off too. "Do you regret it?" "Not for a second. Some people will take everything you give them and still ask for more. You have to protect yourself." She was right. That is exactly what Brittany did. Take everything, ask for more, offer nothing in return. I had protected myself. I had set a boundary and my life was better for it. A year after that Christmas, Ryan sent me a text. "Lily's birthday is next month. She wants to know if you are coming to her party." I thought about it. It would mean seeing Brittany, probably my parents too. It would be awkward and tense. But it was Lily's birthday. She wanted me there. "I will be there," I texted back. "It is Lily's day. I can handle a few hours of tension for her. She is going to be so excited." I did not know what would happen at that party, whether Brittany would ignore me or confront me, whether my parents would speak to me or pretend I did not exist. It did not matter. I was going for Lily, not for them. I had spent my whole childhood trying to earn my family's love. I had spent years giving them money, support, attention. It was never enough. They still preferred Brittany, still took me for granted. Now I had stopped trying. I had stopped giving. I had stopped caring about their approval. And for the first time in my life, I was truly free. I had a career I loved, friends who valued me, a niece and nephew who made me cards and missed me, a life built on my own terms. Brittany could keep her anger. My parents could keep their disappointment. It was not mine to carry anymore. I paid $15,000 for a Christmas vacation and lost another $3,000 in cancellation fees. $18,000 in total. It was the best money I have ever spent because it bought me something more valuable than any trip. It bought me my freedom. I looked at Lily's drawings on my refrigerator, at Logan's backward letters and Aunt Hannah, and I smiled. This was my family now. The people who loved me for who I was, not for what I could give them. The people who valued my presence, not my wallet. And that was more than enough. I opened my laptop and started looking for flights to Kansas City for Lily's birthday party. Whatever happened there, I would handle it. I was stronger now. I knew my worth. And I was never going to let anyone make me forget it again. Comment. I felt this story deeply because it reminds me how much strength it takes to stand up for yourself. I've learned that setting firm boundaries is an act of self-respect, not selfishness. You don't have to keep giving when it costs you your peace. Taking responsibility for your own happiness is one of the bravest things you can do. Sometimes choosing to step back allows real healing to begin. I hope you take a quiet moment to think about the relationships in your life right now. They should lift you up rather than weigh you down. It's okay to choose calm over chaos. You're worthy of love that doesn't come with conditions. Let me know in the comments what this brought up for you. If you liked it, don't forget to leave a comment and support the channel by subscribing. See you in the upcoming stories.